Scatter for information, Mike. 11520 weather, wind 16013, gust 21, visibility 10. Scattered 1000, temperature 8, dew point -1, altimeter 3003. RNAV runway 15 approaching use, landing unit party runway 15. VFR departure advised ground control, directional flight. Notice to airman, runway 1836 closed. Taxiway Charlie, edge lights out of service. Taxiway Charlie closed, north runway 9027 and south taxiway Papa. Runway 33, runway threshold lights out of service. Advise on contact, give information, Mike.
Howdy everybody, just taxiing out of Skyhaven here at Aurora, and we've had a crazy busy couple of days, but Jamie has to go to work unfortunately, and I had the day off. So several of my friends have flown down to Rough River, Kentucky. I think the town is called Rough Falls, Kentucky. So we're going to take a VFR flight down there and hang out with them for the day. We are anticipating bumpy, gusty winds here. Could be nicer there. So we're going to try to climb up to 7,500, find some smooth air, maybe 9,500. We should have a 15 knot tailwind or so. So we're going to get around the hangars here and call ground and taxi on out. Probably expecting runway 15 departure with those winds that were on the ATIS there. Ground, Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie, taxiing out of Skyhaven with Mike, VFR departure to the southeast.
Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie, Aurora ground, runway 15, taxi via Alpha. Cross runway 18, hold short runway 15.
15 via Alpha, cross 18, short of 15, Bravo Charlie. Alrighty, the normal route. We don't depart 15 a lot, even when they advertise it. You guys that follow along will normally hear me request 27 just because of the short taxi. But with these winds, gusting 20, right down 15, I'd rather not take that much quartering tailwind for a short taxi. So we'll finish taxiing on out here to runway 15, we'll do the run up, and then we'll catch y'all right before takeoff. Tower, Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie's hold short runway 15, ready to go VFR southeast.
Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie, Aurora Tower. Straight departure to the southeast is approved. Runway 1, Crescent 15, clear for takeoff. Wind 18018, gust 22.
Copy the winds, 15, straight out, clear for takeoff on Bravo Charlie. It's gonna be a bumpy. Time now is 8 o'clock. Line up on center. Winds are a little bit out of the right. Brakes are set. Throttle's coming up 1700. Mixture's going full rich. Release the brakes. Gauges are on the green. Fuel flows look good. Airspeed's alive. 80. 90. Rotate. Birds. Tap the brakes. Gear coming up. Tail damper is on. Oils and feet. Fuel pumps coming off one at a time. Fuel flows still look good. We'll set climb RPM. 2450 is what we're looking for. And the winds are just changing. We gotta keep crabbing into the winds here. Approach Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie, about 8 southeast of Aurora with request.
Good morning, 771 Bravo Charlie, Chicago, squawk 5137, ident.
5137, ident 1 Bravo Charlie.
Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie, radar contact 8 miles southeast Aurora through 5,300, stay in attention.
Hi, 1 Bravo Charlie, just looking for flight following. I'm going to Kentucky 2, India 3, climbing up to 7,500.
Hey, 1 Bravo Charlie, roger. Maintain VFR and midway altimeter 3003. Good morning, Kevin.
3003, morning Rob. That is Rob, who I work with, who is fixing to retire in the very near future, and he built a house down in North Carolina. They're gonna retire and escape to the south. Lucky.
Ashman 71 Bravo Charlie, squawk 6542.
6542 1BC. So the difference.
220, climb and maintain 7,000.
The difference there, he gave us a code from the keyboard, and that's just a local code. And then he put us in the system for continued flight following. So that's assigned us a new code.
Altitude 200 to go.
Now, automatically as you get closer, the autopilot starts stepping down the climb rate to a gentle 200 foot per minute capture. We'll
Altitude.
build up some speed here, and then we'll pull the RPMs back to the cruise setting.
Hey, Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie, contact Chicago Center 123.75. Have a nice trip, guys.
2375, thanks. See you tomorrow. Chicago Center, Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie 7500.
771 Bravo Charlie, Chicago Center. Hello, Kankakee altimeter 3008.
3008 1BC. Howdy. So here we are on beautiful May 1st over northern Illinois, farm country. As soon as you get away from the Chicago suburbs. Sun shining on the eastern sky off of 1 Bravo Charlie here. And here we go. We got 201 knot ground speed. We're 240 nautical miles away, and it's going to take us an hour and 12 minutes. Not too shabby. Knock on wood. Relatively smooth up here. Gonna assume the cruise position. Loosen up my seatbelt just a little.
373, contact India approach 121.1.
Well guys, there's been a lot going on in mine and Jamie's life over the last couple of days. So our two oldest kids graduated from high school this year and are moving on. Our daughter Janae is gonna go to school, college, she moved out. Our son Carson is joining the military, which very proud of both of them. With 4 kids, we had a pretty big house for everybody, obviously. But we're ready to downsize house and upsize property. In the Chicago suburbs, typical that you have smaller lots. But we found a town that's actually a lot closer to where we work. So it'll be a shorter drive time for us. And it's a much larger lot. We went from like 0.2 acres to about 4.5 acres. We are super excited. We just, over the last 2 days, we closed on the selling of a house, closed on the buying of a house, moved everything out of the old house into the new house. And holy moly, we're just beat, sore, tired. I had originally taken time off to go do this trip, so I was planning to fly down yesterday. A lot of my friends are already down there, but since I already had the time off and Jamie had to go back to work, I just said, hey, if you don't mind, I'll just buzz on down to Kentucky and then I'll come back and help finish setting up the house. And most of you guys already know Jamie is absolutely the coolest wife ever. She did not care. So woke up this morning and topped the tanks off.
520 Alpha Romeo out of here, Chicago Center.
And pointed south. Yeah, we're super excited about the new house. Shortened drive times. And then the little boys, build them a tree house and trampoline, and they already love it. They're out there just roaming around and climbing trees and just having a good old time. Nice change of pace for us. Because Jamie being from Alaska, me being from Georgia, we kind of like our rural, more country feel. But for those of you that were sending me messages and comments and asking stuff, that was primarily the reason over the last month that I've been not able to attend to that stuff as much as I like. It's just we've been so busy with all this moving and buying and selling houses. It's just been hectic. So my apologies for that. We'll try to get back more into it here as soon as we get the house finished, unpacked and set up. So this group of guys kind of come from all over the country, and we've been just doing different fly-ins. They started, this current group for the most part started in Gaston's, Arkansas, which I'll put our Gaston strip up here that we were finally able to film. We went in there before we had cameras too. And then we did a trip in Kentucky that was called Kentucky Dam. Kentucky's kind of neat. They have a bunch of state parks, and they have airports at several of these state parks right along lakes. So they have cabins, runway, boats, like, it's pretty neat. We did that. So we did the Gaston thing. We did the first Kentucky Dam, which that video's up here also. And then we transferred it over to get some more of the further east guys, the Carolina guys, to kind of get a little more fair, because there's Texas and Oklahoma, Georgia, North Carolina, Illinois.
Climbing 3,000 left turn.
We went slightly further east in Kentucky to this Rough River. And then we did that first 2 years ago. Videos up here for those interested. And now we got it canceled last year, like Oshkosh, Sun and Fun, and most other fly-ins and social events. COVID put the kibosh on that last year. And now we're back to resuming operations again. There's guys that are engineers in Texas and North Carolina who simply do aviation as a hobby. I'm obviously an air traffic controller, but have a plane as a hobby. There's a guy from New York, Dustin, who's coming down. He flies for a major airline and is a captain on 7-3s, and he flew with us in that link that I put when Jamie and I went to Rough River. That was Dustin, who sat right seat and flew around with us on that in that video. He has since got married and got back into GA and flew I'm not 100% sure what type of general aviation plane he flew down, but the planes here all range from probably Skyhawks, might be an RV. Brian from Texas brought his Cirrus. I know Eric from North Carolina brought his Mooney. Oh, there's a guy, Jamie, who's from Illinois also, who has a Lance. I think another guy with a Lance. I think Jim is going to be here. Lances are popular. Our handy dandy vertical speed required, which tells us how many feet per minute we'd have to descend.
4372 X-ray approach.
To be at pattern altitude 3 miles before the airport says 312. So as that hits 400, we're going to start on down. Although we've been enjoying our 200, we're doing 205 knots now. I got up to about 208 knots. Let's hope tomorrow morning that it switches, though I don't think it's gonna. All right, we're approaching 400 feet per minute. Let's do our usual get ready for landing,
Instructions for this approach be a right turn heading 310, maintain
which involves putting all the charging equipment away.
35475 Foxtrot traffic, no patches.
All right, pattern altitude is 1600. We will VS down in a couple hundred feet per minute. And approach for 1 Bravo Charlie. We're starting our VFR descent into Rough River.
Twin System 1 Bravo Charlie, ready.
Stow all the loose items. Armrest up. Seat backs and tray tables in the upright position.
Approach 838 Romeo Alpha, which is ascending to 10,000.
At Rough River, guys, they got a
Romeo Alpha.
almost north-south runway.
Correction, visual approach.
So we're going to cross over to midfield and then our left downwind.
Approach 188 Romeo Alpha.
Runway 20. It's a 3,200 foot runway. So not terribly short, but you do have to pay attention. As we descend here, we got to continue to pull the power back to not exceed the normal operating range for the manifold pressure. And we have to slightly enrich in the mixture because the air's not quite as thin down here. The river here, as we have discussed many a time, is the division between Kentucky and Indiana. So we're in Indiana now. As soon as we cross the river, we'll be in Kentucky. Rough River traffic, Twin Cessna 771 Bravo Charlie is 20 miles to the north, be overflying midfield, entering left downwind runway 20 Rough River. We're 5 minutes out.
Sending go. Westbound traffic, 436 Echo Pond, 5 miles to the east. We're setting up for left base, 23. Westbound traffic.
That's what happens on 22.8, guys. We'll come off Unicom frequencies, so 122.8, it's a very common frequency, so tons of airports all around here share that same frequency. That's why you got to start and end your transmission with the name of the airport. But you're stepping over each other, people are blocking each other out. A lot of times if you're real close to each other, it kind of overpowers some of that. Hey, Evansville for 1 Bravo Charlie, we can go ahead and cancel flight following. Thank you much for the service.
For 771 Bravo Charlie, thanks. Radar service terminated. Squawk apart. Change device and system through. There's traffic 3 miles northeast of the Rough River Airport, 2,300 indicated. Looks like they're southwest bound as well.
1 Bravo Charlie, copy all, sir, and you have a great day. See you, bye. Rough River traffic, Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie is 9 miles to the north, be overflying midfield, entering left downwind runway 20, Rough River.
Rough River traffic, Cherokee 436 X-ray with 2,800 feet approaching from
Rough River traffic, 8704, 1 mile final, 20.
Rough River traffic, Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie is entering left downwind runway 20, Rough River. Low gear speed, gear coming down.
E down traffic, experimental 6 Whiskey Charlie. Left downwind 23, E down. Yeah, I've got the jump plane off the threshold and
Alright.
traffic out here behind me.
We got gas, fuel pumps on lows, fuel's on the main, undercarriage, we got 3 in the green. Mixtures and props are all pretty good. Rough River traffic, Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie is turning left base 20, Rough River.
About a mile out. Rough River traffic, Cherokee 4372 X-ray, 5 miles to the west. We'll be overflying Rough River at 3,000 feet.
Rough River traffic, Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie is back taxiing runway 20, Rough River. Not my best approach, especially with people watching. Got a little floaty, high and fast. There's that big hill off the end you gotta kind of come over, but no excuses. To do these long cross countries, so I fly all these hours, I need to do some more pattern work. But touchdown was fairly smooth. Found the middle of the runway. Welcome to Rough River, y'all. Rough River, Kentucky. I will try to show y'all a few pictures of some of the airplanes, and maybe if we have a cookout or whatever. I'm not even sure what we're doing, but whatever we do, I'll try to film a little bit of it. As always, thank you very much for the continued support, and sorry Jamie couldn't make this one. I know she's a huge fan favorite. She'll be back on the next one, and see y'all soon. Bye.
He's